Hello, Sagittarius. I hope I'm finding you in good spirits. If you're new, my name is Amber. It's nice to meet you. And if you're returning, thank you so much for lending your energy to the channel. I appreciate you and your energy. If you need a private reading, links in the description box below, or you can go to this website up here. Also, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I do the love story reading before I put these out, so it should be out already. But if you wait to the end of this video, it'll be right here, so you can just click on it. So Sagittarius, I'm gonna get started. I don't do much talking. I do in my private readings though, they'll tell you. So yeah, Spirit, what do you have for Sagittarius for mid to end of July? What would you like for them to know, pay attention to, or be aware of at this time? Mid to end of July. Ooh, Sagittarius, you have a lot of success on your mind and moving forward. I do feel like that moving forward energy and learning how to deal with the people you love or someone specifically is going to help you manifest what you want to happen. I feel like this is a really big change for you. Not like terrible, just like a change in the way things are being presented in your environment, like physically, like how you do things. You're changing how you do things, how you think about things. It's like you're being more nonchalant and just letting things happen or like come and go, instead of being so active, I guess is the word I want to use. Okay, overall energy for Sagittarius mid. Ooh, answering the call. It's like you know there needs to be some sort of change. I also feel like you have the opportunity to do something or say something, and you're going to be surprised about what you choose. It's almost like you choose a different route and put more faith in a situation than trying to put more physical labor into it or more passion into it. Spiritual energy is the ever unfolding rose. Cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. So it's like an understanding of anything negative that happens, whether positive or negative, is to help guide you. The story isn't over. It's just about how you react to it. Very interesting. I feel like your reactions to things play a big role. Yeah, in love, compassion, it's so important for you to see other people's sides of things, other people's fight, other people's issues. Forgiveness is a big role here during this time. It's like just because someone isn't going in the direction you want them to, or doing the things you think they should, doesn't mean that they're not doing their best. I feel like your heart is opening up a lot. And because your heart is opening up to other people's fight, like internal or external fight, it's helping you get more in alignment. I see my own counsel. This is interesting because this is telling me that you are a person who sees things in other people's lives and try to give them advice or guide them. And it's time for you to take your own advice and to look within yourself and see how you're reacting to things and how your actions play a role in outcomes as well. Sagittarius. Ten of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, King of Swords, Ace of Wands, the Hermit, Three of Cups. So I'm going to stop for a second because I want to get this message out before I forget it. But they're talking to me about a family member or someone that's close to you in your life, maybe someone you consider a family member. And you're trying to get them on track. And it's been a lot of work. It's like you need to release that and let them do the things they do or fail, even though you don't want them to. So on the bottom we have the Magician, the Nine of Wands, Ten of Wands, blah, 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 blah. That's for me though. It's not really important. So, Sagittarius, I feel like in the past, you've used your strength to keep something together. Not realizing that it's not really your fight. That's what's interesting. You may be involved in it, is what I'm getting, but it's not really your fight to win, okay? And no matter how much you push or try to make something in general happen, you haven't been successful in that. And you're learning slowly, okay, that it's about working with a person and not pushing them to see what it is that you're like, not pushing them to do the things that you're saying, but it's like you can gently guide someone in that direction and hope that they pick up the messages and do what they have to do. But it's not your responsibility to be so focused on getting someone to do something or pushing them to do something. And this could just be a general message, but that's what's here at the bottom. That's what's leading you into this. So with the Nine of Wands, I feel like in doing all that, it kind of got you distracted from the main part of why you were doing it. You just got so involved in the fight, in the push, in the guiding, that you forgot the main purpose of why you were trying to do these things, like from a drive perspective, and not just the goal that you were trying to get to. It's like you were more focused on the goal than the meaning behind why you were trying to achieve that goal. So during this time, Sagittarius, it's really important for you to realize how much power you hold. And you are capable of many, many things, is what they're giving me, okay? But it's just about how you're exerting the power and giving people or yourself the tools you need to weigh a situation on whether or not you should use those tools or not at the time. Okay? It's not just about exerting your power for good or for bad or whatever, but really having discernment on when or whether you should use those tools. Okay? So with the Ten of Pentacles, this is something that you want in your life, something that is steady, something that has a steady place in your life, and you're eager to see it change or get better. You know, it's almost like, Sagittarius, to be honest, you see the good that it can bring. You see the magic that could be involved in this situation, or the betterment of a situation, and you're like, I'm going to make that happen. And that's fine. But I also feel like the other half of this situation also is very headstrong as well. So it feels to me like you're just butting heads, and what you're trying to get across is not coming across in the clearest way that it could possibly come across. I really feel like you're just really working really hard to make something happen, and you don't want to take a passive approach. You want to be an active participant in what's happening to create a better outcome or something more stable. The thing is, you're working towards a goal that is, what do I want to say? Honorable. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. An honorable goal. But you're dealing with a person or a situation that has their own way, their own ideas. But what's interesting is you don't see that you're also pushing your way and your ideas. The difference is you see it from your perspective, because this is internally your fight, so you understand it. But you can't see that in the other person, because you're an outsider looking in. Okay? Which means that they in turn don't see it that way either. I do feel like this is a person that cares about you, and the connection that they feel is great. This could be friends, family, just someone that really likes being around you. You're a good time. Okay? I do see that. I also see that they're trying to keep it on that level of happiness. They don't want it to get hard. They don't want it to get rough. They don't want it to become work or a struggle. You know, but they also know that you're a hard wall to break down, if that makes any sense. And they don't want to get into a situation where they feel like they're in quicksand and they have to scurry to make changes within the relationship that you have with them, whatever it may be. But I do see that you just want the best for this situation, or even for this person. And it's just time for you to realize that even though you do have these tools, when is the right time for me to use them? Because I feel like you've been trying to work on things to change the aspect of it all, but you've been hitting blocks. And you're smart enough to know that you've been hitting blocks. Okay? So it's time for you to like go within and change the way that you're doing things. It's not that what you're doing is bad. It's about the way, with the Chariot being here. It's like finding a different way to get to a sense of happiness or a sense of a goal in the most passive way possible, if that makes any sense. It's just like learning how to deal with others instead of pushing something on them, even how good it may be to you. You have to think about the other person's side. You know, that's the compassion part. So, what I feel like is you're learning how to take control in a new way. And it's interesting because they're talking about being in control, but in a passive kind of control, in a laid back kind of control, in a smarter way, like convincing someone to do something without urgently pushing them, guiding them gently into a better direction, but letting them make the choice for themselves to go there. And when they go down that route that is good for you, or is where you're trying to get to, towards that new beginning or that turning point, giving them some sort of gratitude that they're in the right direction. But all in all, you're letting them make that choice for themselves or make that decision. It's transforming them in a gentle way, in a way with caring instead of with force. Because the forceful energy is in the past. The sense of knowing and using intellect and love to guide them in the new direction. Okay? All right. So let's clarify. I put these two decks together like I said I was going to do in a previous video, and it is so hard to control these cards. Okay, 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, so there's a sense of stability that you want. You know, you're looking, you see the potential for a new cycle to come in, something better. But no matter how I feel like you try to push or change the direction, or, you know, like push it in that direction that you see, you're being met with opposition or someone that doesn't want to make a choice. They may walk away. They may distance themselves emotionally. But that's more about you going down a different route. Okay? Yeah, so you're associating working really hard to make something happen with achieving your goal. So you're like, I have to just consistently do the thing that I'm doing and it'll work out. If I consistently keep doing this, it's going to happen. But I feel like at the same time, you don't realize that you're holding on to an old way when you need to change it. Because all you can see is that goal of getting to that 10 of Pentacles. That solid, reliable, like, future. Yeah. It's like doing the same thing over and over again, trying to be on top, trying to make sure that you're beating out the competition. And it's just time for you to try something different. The Fool card flipped over and then fell back in the deck. That's why I said that. Yep. Confirmation. A new direction. A new direction. It's going to take some time though, but it's just a new way of doing things to bring something that's more practical. Something that fits the situation better than what it is that you're doing now. The King of Swords. It's interesting because I feel like this other person is not willing to change their perspective. I feel like they're just stuck in their way because they feel like what they're doing is the best way. And they don't want to change that. Yeah, this is how they keep in control. But I also feel like this person cares about you. Okay, this is not a person that wants to see negativity happen. Yeah, that's confirmation for me. They've made a decision to keep you in their life, whatever this is. You know, they don't want to... You think here that they don't know. They haven't made a decision. They have made a decision, but they're initiating it or controlling it in their own way. They're not making that sacrifice that you want them to make. They're doing it at their own pace because they feel like it's the right pace. Okay? It's interesting because now when I look at this card, they're telling me that this new direction, it's scary to let go of... You have this idea imprinted in your mind about how you want things to go, and it's scary to think about changing it when it's so intricately been working this way, but it really hasn't been. It's just that you have a plan or a way, and it's scary to change that. But it's about showing compassion and love in this situation to get where you want to. It's like you need to lighten up, Sagittarius. But it's almost like you're losing patience, or you feel like something isn't balanced or fair. Like you've been doing this for so long, you just want to get to some sort of conclusion. Yeah, you're very focused on changes and transformation, letting go of the inner suffering that you've been doing or feeling unhappy. Wanting for, like, feeling like you're being separated or that there are broken values here, and maybe you're not seeing eye to eye. That's not true, though. You're starting to feel like maybe this was a bad decision or you made a wrong choice somewhere along the way. I don't feel that, though. I feel like there just needs to be a change in the way things are happening. It's like you have the answers inside of you. Don't look at the other person being the issue. See how you can handle this differently. Yeah, don't just blame. See how you can handle it differently. It's like spiritually there's something that you need to see. There's a rejection here for a reason. This isn't working for a reason. Yeah, because there's something you need to see. There's something that's hidden inside of you that you need to see, or hidden about the situation. It's not, this isn't cause for a fight. This isn't cause for getting upset or pushing someone to do something. This isn't a time for that. This is a time for more compassion. Yeah, and releasing yourself from like inner demons or being trapped in your own thoughts or own ways. Like I said, this is a person that cares about you. I mean, I really don't have any doubt about that, actually, as I talk about this. See? You were brought into each other's life for a reason. Things are changing and getting better for a reason. But I feel like there has to be a little bit more happiness in the situation. You have to be more confident in it and move forward in that confidence. Yeah, it's about changing your direction. The direction that you're going in. Because being too much in control is bringing turbulence into the situation. It's like you need to release that. Remember, your goal is to get this to grow. And you've been trying to like kind of force that to happen. Like you've been charging ahead, pushing, trying to communicate as much as you can. Instead of just being a powerful presence. But it's because being a powerful presence, sitting on your throne, knowing that you're right without expressing it, kind of is unpredictable, and it doesn't feel like you're actively in control, and that's really hard to do. So like I said before, you're both moving towards happiness, right? But you can't let the fear of being hurt or losing that happiness cause you to make bad decisions because you want to be in control. You're being called to make a change in the way you're approaching this. It's like a spiritual epiphany, if you will. Yeah. To start integrating these new changes. Look at that. See? Happiness, stability, letting go, and making changes. Don't resist change. Change is good. The Ten of Swords in reverse is all about that. Okay? Bottom of the deck. Yeah, let go of codependency of feeling like you have to be in control in order to be happy. Okay? Yeah, that's about separation. I feel like you need to move on with your life. I feel like the choices that you're making right now are making you feel like you're not getting to a particular goal, but that's not true. I don't feel like that's true. I just feel like, yeah, it's time to find balance and live with some sort of integrity. Not that you're not, but that's what that card is about. Creating equilibrium, justice, and fairness. Balance on both sides, not just yours. Remember what you're trying to get to. And also remember that when you're trying to get to a particular goal, we tend to build that kind of wall around ourselves for protection. It's like your idea can turn into lots of other ideas and lots of other directions. And you can lose track of where you were going in the first place. See? And it just creates burdens and heaviness. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards for you to meditate on or journal with. My professional opinion is that you do this. It helps build your connection with yourself and spirit. It promotes that inner knowing, I guess I can say. I'm going to pull 3. You can choose 1, 2, or 3, whichever you're guided to do. We have, what holds me back from being more authentic? What does happiness mean to me? Also, they just told me, what form does it take? What form does it mean? What form does it take for you, and what does it mean to you? And what's one thing I would like to do more of, and why? And how can I make that happen? That's just giving you something else to focus on. Okay? So, thank you so much, Sagittarius, for listening. I love you very much. Don't forget to check out the love story reading, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.